Good morning, good morning. This is 1100 WSGI. I'm U-Turn LaVern, and yes, this is one street over, and yes, I still have the good old laryngitis and working it. Anyway, I tell you, this stuff, I can't seem to get rid of it, Mayor. I don't know what in the world. I can't
keep goggling and goggling.
Well, it's a lot of it's allergies, I think, but you know, with the
be.
cold, I just I usually get this about 2 or 3 times a year. When I was doing radio full time, I got it all the time. And it would shut me down.
Hey.
But anyway, I'm fine, y'all, but I know I sound a little funny this morning. But anyway, how are you doing?
I'm doing all right. Trust me, there's a lot of doctors out there listening right now that will give you a remedy whether it works or not.
Oh, I know. They'll give me something to try.
Yeah, I mean, hey, I got a little brother that can cure what you got wrong with you.
Oh, really? Got something for
You
everyone?
wouldn't believe all the stories I've heard.
That's hysterical. I'm sure. Yeah. Oh, I'm sure. Mayor Billy Vogle, County Mayor Billy Vogle is in the house with us today, so we appreciate it. And I hope you guys we're going to warm up. We've been so cold the last couple of days. You know, I was noticing that, I don't want to say this because I don't want my husband to hear it and worry about it. He's driving a bus. Our ice maker on our refrigerator is not producing ice right now, and I thought, I bet that thing's frozen somewhere. I bet there's a line frozen somewhere. Somewhere there's a line frozen, and I thought, oh, I hope we don't get a break. You know, because we had a break in downtown over the weekend. I think Saturday they had a line break, a water main break, but never fun, never something you want to have to deal with. Oh, that's such a mess. But anyway. All right, Mayor, what's going on in your world?
Sometimes, you have water line breaks. It happens at a terrible time when the weather's bad.
Right.
You know, it's muddy, it's cold, and them poor fellas is out there in that ditch. I've done it. Mm-hmm. And it ain't no, you're earning your money.
I had one of my kids, my youngest, down in Huntsville, called us one day, and his water main, the line going into his main had broken. But it wasn't from cold. It was before because they hadn't had the house but like a couple of years, and whoever put something together, whatever they did blew up, and so they had to. He was a muddy mess, but he got it done. I said, well, the fact that it's wet will mean that you can dig, because I said when it's dry and hard as a rock, it's like digging in rocks. I said if it's muddy, at least you're going to be able to get to it, That's the upside to it.
Tell me what school's going to do about Christmas?
We're out on Friday. The kids, we've got, okay, parents, if your kids are exempt and they're high school kids, they could get out today.
Okay.
So you've got kiddos, if they have got the grades.
Today's just Tuesday.
To do, but that's for kids who've got the grades and they haven't had a lot of absences. It is an incentive that is working in this district to get our kids into school, because too many of them are missing too much school. So,
amen.
And I was thrilled. The exempt ones that are coming out of my class are kids that deserve it. Because I looked at my exam exempt list, and it's kids who are getting the grades, they're doing the work, and they're coming to school. And it wasn't a ton of them. There was maybe, I think I had 6 in my program that are going to be exam exempt out of all my kids. Maybe 1 or 2 more than that, but not many. And one of them is a Hispanic kid that I am so proud of. He is, when I first met him, his English was just a little, and I don't think he has been in this country that long, but he appreciates the opportunity, and you can see it written all over him. And that young man, he is one of my best students. His English is just getting better and better. I'm so proud of him, and he was one of my exam exempts.
When will y'all come back?
We come back on, so you got, I have to look at my calendar. New Year's Eve is on a Saturday. Okay.
So
no. I'm looking wrong.
Yeah.
New Year's Eve. I was a month ahead. New Year's Eve is on Wednesday. We come back. Teachers go back on the 5th.
Yeah.
Kids come back on the 6th.
Okay.
So we have a teacher in service day on the 5th.
Lee. I feel sorry for parents.
How come?
They'll be glad for them to go back.
But Christmas is fun. But you figure now, the ones that are exam exempt get out today. We will have finals for our afternoon classes, our third and fourth blocks tomorrow, and then finals for the morning classes, first and second block on Thursday. So the kids, unless they have makeup work to do, will be able to go home middle of the day Thursday. That's high school. And then they won't have to come in at all Friday if they've got all their work done. You know, but I've got some that still haven't taken their midterm. I've got one that hasn't taken his midterm, you know, so. The teachers will be there. Teachers will be there through midday Friday. We'll be there through like noon.
Where's the next school going to be at, Vern?
Guessing, I think it will be. Ooh,
be careful now what you say.
Yeah, I'm afraid to say.
Well, evidently the school board is too.
It's got to be either something at White House or the middle school for Springfield. It's got to be one of those two.
Well, I hope it is.
But I don't know which one.
If you went to Greenbrier and built one, I think we'd have a war here in this county. Oh,
my goodness. Are you kidding me? Yeah, they would have a fit. I mean, we would love to have there's some property right next to us that we would love to have a new gymnasium because our gym is terrible. I mean, it is just, ugh.
Gosh, you know, what a gym costs now?
Oh, I can't even imagine. But yeah, because we're one of the only high schools that only has one gym, I think, is what it is. And so we have to share it. And it gets kind of crazy trying to get all the practices in and things like that. So we need another gym at Greenbrier, but I mean, you know, once.
You know, I've got a sheet of paper right here.
Uh-huh.
Tells the sales tax that the cities pay back to the county. And I'm going to tell people don't realize it's around $18 million coming from all the cities back to the county.
Mm-hmm.
But Robson County gives the $18 million to the school system.
Right.
Goes straight to the school systems. We're one of the very few counties in the state that give 100% sales tax to schools. Most of them put some up in the general fund.
Really?
And use it for other things. But we've always gave it all back.
Okay.
And one reason I brought this, I just wanted people to know that it's so important to shop locally because that money will stay in Robinson County.
Right.
And these cities depend on you spending money inside their city limits.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, even from the smallest one like Adams, $314,000.
Wow.
Out of the city of Adams, sales tax goes into the county. And, of course, here's White House. They're at over $5.5 million. Yeah, Springfield's about 8.6.
About how much?
$8 million.
Wow.
Goes back toward our county schools.
I'm surprised that ours is higher than White House, quite frankly.
Me too.
You know, I am because White House is so booming.
Yeah.
But we've got
population's more here in Springfield.
But isn't it also too that we have the part of White House that no, because
most of your commercial in White House is in the Robinson County Center.
That's what that's kind of what I was thinking. So I don't know, I just would have thought that would have been higher.
Yeah, White House they probably got like Publix and all that.
Yeah.
Which is pretty, but there's more people in Springfield, and I'm going to get into this because we're going to talk about Vesper Village here after a while.
Okay.
We had that vote last night, and it took about an hour. I thought the people that came and talked for the village, the developers from Barge Wagner and all them, explained it well all 5 times.
Okay.
I'm being a little bit sarcastic.
I thought you were serious. I was like, oh, okay.
They explained it well all 5 times. But anyway, we'll get started if you want to.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Less I talk, the better.
Yeah, you want to do it.
I got to save my voice for the kids.
Okay, I didn't know if you want to do a commercial.
No, we're good. We're good.
All right. Of course, it's December the 15th last night.
Oof.
And we're 9 days down. And I haven't done anything, but I can do most of mine at the dollar store. So
You're funny.
But yeah, I think most of the stuff that I do is what we eat and everything, and that's pretty important. Um, Man, I meant to bring you some smoked sausage this morning. Walked right out the door.
Oh, man.
Well, I was in a hurry here. This got to be here at 7 o'clock. And everything.
Man.
Yeah, but
I enjoyed that, brother.
yeah, Commissioner Rumble done our invocation and pledge last night. He was at one time going to run for county mayor, but he got a job, I think, at the state comptroller's office. Seems to be real happy with that job. So that got it down to 3. And here everybody's running for mayor, and it ain't even 26 yet. I mean, I didn't know that everybody wanted this job so bad. I don't know. I don't understand.
Oh, and I think there's going to be more.
Yeah, I think so
Throw their hat in the
too.
ring.
I think so too. But in my communications last night, Commissioner Lee White, man, Lee sent me an email. He's not going to run again. This is his only term, and Lee has been an excellent, excellent county commissioner. But he recognized South Haven volleyball team last night as the TACS state champs in 2025. Oh, wow. The girls was there and the coach, and he presented them with a proclamation. I thought that was pretty cool because there was 5 of them girls, and I think one was absent. But my daughter played volleyball. She liked it better than she did basketball.
I think I would have loved volleyball.
Yeah. And I've got an announcement. I don't know if I'm supposed to announce it, but I got wind of it yesterday. I found out the governor usually don't put his weekly schedule down till like Monday, and I see why, for security reasons.
Of course.
Yeah, but he will be at Small Town Startup at 10 o'clock today. Now they're asking people, if you're coming to Small Town Startup, to be there at 9:30, and don't necessarily crowd where he can't get out of the car. They ask him to be on both sides of the street. He's going to walk down to Southside Drugs. So if you want to wave at him, take a picture maybe. I don't know how he's set up with security, but there'll be chances all the way up and down that street to see him and maybe holler at him and speak to him. Yeah, I'm going to be at I'm hoping to be at the mural there across from Community Bank.
They'll have to come to Greenbrier to see us. We'll be at school.
Well, but I think there's a lot of people that would love to see him and wave at him. And I just got wind of that yesterday, and I think that's pretty cool. He's going to allow the cities to look at those grants, how they've been used, about how people are fixing up downtowns, their old downtowns.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, he'll be pleased with what's going on here because it's beautiful.
Yeah, they've
just done such a great job.
They've done a lot of work.
Wonderful.
Springfield's done a lot of work down that road.
Yeah, we'll have Ryan in here tomorrow. I bet he'll have something to say about it. Yep. Because I imagine he's probably involved with them.
Yeah, their meeting's tonight, isn't it?
Yeah. Their mayor and alderman meeting is tonight, and then he'll be in tomorrow at 7:30.
Does he ever say how long it lasts? I don't get a chance to go.
It varies. It just is like y'all. If there's something that people want to discuss or anything, I don't know. Kind of right now, it seems to be shorter meetings coming up on the holiday.
I've been to some, but they do things a little different than we do.
Yeah.
Yeah. After you vote, I think Ann used to say, does anybody want to change your vote? Yeah, I thought that's pretty cool.
That's funny.
Yeah,
well, you got Buzzy, running things now.
Yep. I bet Buzzy does a great job, too.
I'm sure it's a hoot.
Yeah. Yeah. I didn't have any, public comments last night. Had about 5 or 6 about Vesper Village, but I didn't have anyone against it. And
okay.
Yeah, didn't have not a soul against it. And then I went on to our reports, and in our reports, I just want to say that we got down to animal control, folks. These animals are going to be down there all through the Christmas holidays. And we're down there we're there 24/7.
Let me ask you this. This has actually come up. Why do we not have hours that we can adopt on Saturday?
The committee has looked at that. They've done it once before, and it was terrible.
Really?
Yeah, nobody showed up.
Because, see, that's one of the things. I'm really wanting a kitten. I'm wanting a couple of kittens.
Yeah.
and I can't get down there when they're open.
Yeah.
Because now over Christmas, I'll get by there, but they, by the time I get out of school, they're, closed at 4 and they're not there on the weekends. So this is just an idea. What if you had one Saturday a month?
Well, they've talked about it.
Maybe just because,
Yeah.
because I think we would adopt way more animals because I think that's the problem. Because you figure if y'all close at 4 and they're not open on the weekends, I mean, for people that are,
Hey, I can
there's
get
just no
the
way.
committee is Doc Martin and Eric
Yeah.
Roberts and them, Stacy Moore. I will talk to the committee. They have looked at it several times. You know, I think it needs to be done.
Yeah.
Personally, when we get crowded, I think they ought to be not even charging fees.
Yeah.
Hey, we got to get the dogs out of there.
Right.
But you'd be surprised now. Most dogs end up going to some kind of refuge,
Mm-hmm.
There's people rescue other states. These people are waiting on them. Yeah.
Well, there's a lot of, I meet people that have like 10, 15 dogs, and it's like a herd of cattle, that they have at their home because they're rescues.
Yeah.
And I think, if that's what they want to do. I one time had way too many because I took in large breeds, and I had, I rescued a breeding pair of Newfies that they said wouldn't breed. Well, they got to my place, and guess what? And then they had a litter of pups. And I know when those pups were born, I ended up, and then of course we got them fixed. But they just, it happened before we got it done. But we had about 15 counting the litter, but we found homes for all of them. So
we need people though. I'm talking about adopt an animal for a week.
Sure.
Just a week, just to help out. We had a water line bust yesterday.
Out at the shelter?
Out at the shelter. And it put us way behind getting all the cages cleaned out and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Those people, it's a job that really nobody wants.
Well, because it's so hard. I'd want to take them all home.
Well, I mean, with that, and hey, when you start cleaning out them cages, it ain't fun.
No.
It ain't fun. It's part of it. Hey, I'll move on from animal control, but everything else seems to be doing good. We had our election appointments last night, and in District 10 and 12, the highway commissioner was Willie Peach. Willie's been there over 30 years serving, and he retired, and we put it out, and his son is the only one that sent a letter in. And he got elected last night to fill his dad's position, which is pretty cool.
And it's for what now?
A highway commissioner.
Okay.
These people are elected by the public too. They got their own board and everything. It's some commissioners is based on territory, how many county roads they got. Like if you're a highway commissioner in Springfield, you may have very few miles of county roads.
So is it a volunteer position or a paid position?
They get paid. It's about like a county commissioner.
Okay.
Yeah, but you got to pick up a petition and run for it.
Okay.
But let me tell you something. I have been on the county commission for years. There'll be more people fussing at you about a chug hole.
Oh, I can't even.
Than that or Johnny's football going flat. But a chug hole will haunt you. I have literally went to Ace Hardware somewhere and buy a bag of Creek, fix it myself, just to quit that racket about if it ain't but one chug hole for 20 miles, you're going to hear about that one chug hole. It's one of those jobs, people seem to care more about their roads than they do a lot of other things.
Mm-hmm.
Probably more than they do the dogs. Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Yes, yeah. And hey, here's a pretty cool appointment we had. Jerry Converse had resigned from the Roberts County Airport Board. Jerry did a great job. That board has really changed in my 7, 8 years. It was a board that was on shaky ground, a lot of bickering, arguing. In fact, when I walked in, we was in the middle of a lawsuit. Yeah, but
I kind of remember that, and I had forgotten about that.
yeah, and we straightened it out.
Yeah.
Straightened it out. Got to get some new people on there that we was way too heavy one side, and the ones that was on one side, they all fell apart and bickering. But now we've changed, and Gina Holt's on that committee.
Yeah, I knew
She's
she
on that
was.
board. Paul Nutting is chairman. Lewis Elder is on that board. Chris Simpkins. But Jerry, he has resigned. He's going to spend more time with his family and everything because they do more than just go to a meeting every morning, folks. We're in the process of building new hangars out there to rent, more hangars. We sell more gas. The first year that they came to the county and the city wanting money to help them get along, and every year that amount has changed and gotten smaller as the airport is beginning to really supply themselves. Yeah.
It's a cool place, and we live very nearby, and so we see some of the things come
Yeah.
flying in. It's fun to watch. You know, you think, "Ooh, man, I didn't know we could land something like that." You know, it's pretty cool.
Yeah. Well, anyway, a young lady named Megan Baird applied. I think Paul and them done some interviews and stuff. This lady's from Adams, and hey, I have been told she went to West Point. That's pretty impressive. Her and her husband on their own helicopter. They've got a hangar out there, and I told Gina Holt, I said, well, if you can get you another lady to serve on the board, in case all them guys is picking on you. So
I don't think Gina gets picked on.
So Megan
I
Baird,
think she can handle it.
Megan Baird is our newest airport representative, and she represents the county, and some of those people on the board represent the city. So we keep it shook up pretty good. Are you thinking about doing a commercial?
No, I'm actually trying to. Are you saying Megan Barry?
Megan Baird.
Is that the same one that ran for Congress?
No, that's Barry. Megan Barry.
So how are you spelling that?
Baird. Baird.
Okay, Barrett.
Yeah.
Barrett. I thought you were saying Megan Barry, and I was like, of Nashville Mayor.
Man, you
fame.
done made me lose all train of thought. It ain't even
That's
8:30.
that's what it sounded
It ain't
like.
even 7:30 and we're off the rails back here, man.
I thought you
Megan
were saying
Barry.
Baird.
That's a blast from the past. ain't it?
Baird. Yeah, Megan Barry is. Well, you kept saying it, and I thought, is he saying Megan Barry?
Barry.
Baird.
Yeah.
Baird.
Right.
Baird.
Yeah.
Megan Baird, not Megan Barry. I didn't think when you said that, I was like, nah, I know that's not the same one. Well, number one, when you said West Point, I was like, okay, I know it's not her. But anyway, I digress. All right, I'm going to try to get my voice to get through my ad. I'm going to save Bernard Farms to tomorrow because my voice is kind of shaky today. So I'm going to try to let Mayor talk, and I'm going to try to shut up and save my voice for the kiddos. But I do have to remind you about Barry and Rebecca Richards with Exit Prime Realty, our longest running full-time sponsor. And they were in here yesterday. I love visiting with them. They're such dear friends. It was so funny though, as we were walking out the door, I had something. Well, I had a couple of. I can maybe show you real quick. No, yeah, I've still got them. Barry is my go-to when it comes to electronics questions. So I'm building microphones with my kiddos, and I've got the parts and pieces in my pocket. And my son, the electrical engineer, is telling me, "Oh, mother, you just need to solder this to that." And I'm like, "Okay, Barry, solder which to what?" And so he was showing me which leads on this 1/4-inch plug that I need to fix because he's an expert at this stuff. He was a vice president for a media marketing company in Nashville for 17 years. And so when you have that, so he knows everything about audio and video. And so it was so funny though, Rebecca, as I was, pulling this out of my pocket, she was laughing because she's like, oh, of course she's got a radio question. Of course she's got some kind of technology question, but he knew the answer. And he knows the answer to your marketing needs. If you want to make sure that everything is seen in the best light, that you've got the videography, the photography, the walkthrough tours, the drone footage, you need to team up with Barry and Rebecca Richards with Exit Prime Realty. We talked a lot about why they're with Exit. Rebecca was talking about how that when she went full time, she vetted the companies that she was going to work with, and she's still with them. Not quite 20 years, but they've been at it a long time. And she was one of the first in the area to be a seniors real estate specialist. They specialize in Robertson County properties because they're in Cross Plains. They've been there for 30 years. And they also buy and sell in the surrounding counties and across the state line in Kentucky. They've got a broker actually at the White House office that can still broker with Kentucky. And they explained why that's a big deal because some of the laws regarding real estate have changed in Kentucky. So you've got that availability. And I know people that want to live in Kentucky, work in Tennessee, and you got to be able to have a broker that can do that. And they do through Exit and Exit Prime Realty. Again, Rebecca is the agent up in White House. Barry's the broker here in Springfield. And together they bring you Exit Prime Realty. They've been talking a lot lately about how they would love to mentor you if you want to come into the real estate game. And now's a great time here at the end of the year. People are thinking about that. They're talking about that. And if that's you, reach out to them at sellwithbecky.com, sellwithbecky.com, or buy, robertsoncounty.com. Or you can give Rebecca a call, 615-504-7425. 615-504-7425, and let them know U-Turn sent you. Back at you, Mayor.
Great job.
Thank you.
And I thought I felt bad this morning.
Even, what? I feel fine. My voice.
It ain't that bad. It ain't that bad.
Well, and I work with the praise and worship band up at Epiphany on Tuesday nights as they celebrate recovery. It ain't going to work tonight. I don't have a voice, and I'm going to be bummed to miss it.
There's plenty of voices around here.
Oh, yeah. There's plenty of people.
There's plenty of people around here that can take a voice.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Hey, we'll move into our public hearing on zoning. We did not have but one zoning last night. Everybody talks about growth out in the county. This was Ag 2 to RP 80, and this lady in Voting District 8 wanted to build a house for part of her family, and that's all we had last night.
That's easy.
Yeah, so it passed unanimously. Everybody was glad. Nobody spoke up against it or for it. I think, I don't know whether we're slowing down or what, but I do know out in the county it don't seem to be near as. I think. Who was that?
That was the computer.
Hey, but anyway, now I have to admit the cities are jumping pretty hard, but out in the county it's pretty slow.
Okay.
Pretty slow.
You're talking about as far as building stuff.
Building, yeah.
Yeah. Trent Cobb says, hey, by the way, speaking of which, he's our inspector.
Right. I'm fixing to start on him right now.
Right. Hey, Trent.
Hey, Trent, I'm going to try to explain this building codes resolution that we passed last night. And I told them at the county commission meeting, don't go to the zoning office and fuss about a few changes, because these, from what I can read here, come from the state. The state does a residential code, all these changes. So they don't need to fuss at you. This comes from the Tennessee Code, whatever it is, 5-1 through 16. But they're small changes, but it's about what material that people are using to build houses in Robeson County. I remember we did not have a engineer to even go out and inspect property. And I had people calling me, say, hey, I think my contractor's cutting corners. So when we finally got somebody to go out there and said, sure enough, yeah, you didn't get what you were supposed to get here. And that's not fair to them people. This thing covers anywhere from fire systems but I noticed reading it, it's like not putting rooms containing fuel burning appliances is deleted in entirety. You might have somebody putting space heaters in rooms and turning them on and stuff like that.
Okay, explain that.
This is in new buildings.
Okay.
And most of this is, hey, if you're on there, Trent, this is probably covering a lot of commercial buildings, isn't it?
Okay, so you can't use them. Is that what it's saying?
Well, you got people use kerosene.
Yeah.
Yeah, and stuff like that. It says right here, rooms containing fuel burning appliances is deleted.
Okay. So if you have I have never worked anywhere that I didn't have to plug in a heater.
Yeah,
I stay cold. But so if it's an electric plug-in, it's okay. But you just can't. I wouldn't bring a kerosene heater into a building anyway.
Well, there's a lot of people that does, because I don't like to smell it. But and then here's something about duct leakage, making you put in a certain size seal in your ductwork now to keep from leaking and stuff. It's making people build and use better material, insulation requirements and stuff like that. And even gets down here to skylights. What size skylights to use if you've got a certain type of roof. And here's boilers being used and heat pumps. So it's just changing some stuff to go meeting regulations that need to be met. Log walls that people build a log house need to have at least 5 inches or greater in a certain zone wherever the weather's so bad, instead of just putting them little cheap ones up. Yeah.
So in other words, that's the weight of the logs and all of that.
Yeah,
You
well,
can't
it's
just put up-
thickness and the
Okay.
insulation, and it's completely fixed. It. You know, okay, I'm going to use the Springfield, the Robinson County Jail, for instance. When that jail was brought in here and built, it was in pods. We found out after it got done a couple of years that that design was for southern United States. It was not designed for the type of winters we have around here.
Okay.
Yeah. So this is what this is about. If you live in certain areas in the country, you're going to have to go to certain, like zone 3 or whatever. You're going to have to, I hope I'm explaining this right. But anyway, it's to make, if my contractor needs to go with these right here, this is what I want to pay for.
Right.
That's what I want to pay for. So that we passed that last night, and I got to give zoning credit. We are constantly. I had GNRC come last month, and people saying our fees are too cheap. Our fees are too cheap, and I didn't believe that. But when you get a couple of them start saying it, it's like the sky is falling, and it just gets louder and louder out through the county. So GNRC done a study, and on our fees, and we was right in with every county around us. Yeah, I mean we had just done this in 23, but some people thought we hadn't done it in 20 years. They did us a great job. Of course, there were some things that we might have been on the bottom end of, but there were some things that we was up on the upper end of fees, and our fees is the same as Sumner, Montgomery, and the people around us.
A lot of people like to, say, "Oh, well, we're not doing this, we're not doing," and they haven't even looked to see what the others, just to see what the other counties are doing. And that's one thing I found out in politics. So many people will espouse stuff, and they don't know the facts.
They don't know the
They'll
facts.
just say it, and it's like, but that's not true.
You got to go hear
like,
the
oh my
other
gosh.
side.
Yeah.
I spend most of my time when somebody comes to me with a story, and I say, go here. I tell my commissioners, I said, don't you come to me with a problem if you ain't done went and listened to the other side.
Yep. You got.
If you go listen to the other side, you won't be coming to me.
Yep.
Yeah, there's two sides to it. And when you'll see the truth somewhere in the middle, you'll find it. It's somewhere in there, but it ain't on one side.
Yeah.
Yeah, and whether it's an argument over a dog or whatever, there's two sides to it. Even the dog's got a story. Yeah. So.
Isn't that the truth?
Yeah, probably the truth. After that, we went, like I said, wasn't much in zoning last night. We went into our resolutions. We're all right. We got about 25 minutes.
We got tons of time.
Yeah. Well, I don't want to just run out of time. You and me had to sit here and talk about the weather. But last night.
We can talk about other things.
We had to pass a resolution last night. Kathy Hamsley is retiring in February. So the election board's they're going to have to make a hire, sounds like. But
and she has been heading up the election board for a long time.
Long time. You've got an election board, folks, if you don't know who they are. They're compromise of the two parties. Raymond Knowles is the chairman. Raymond's been doing a great job with it. I can talk to Raymond. You can talk to Raymond. But
how many? Do you know how many people are on the board?
5.
And so you have them from both sides of the aisle.
Whatever party is in majority,
okay,
gets 3 representatives, and the other side gets 2.
Okay, so whatever party is in majority in the county or the city?
Country.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, so it's based on the presidential.
I'm pretty sure it's based on presidential.
Really? I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting. Yeah. That seems a little off.
Well,
I mean, seriously, that doesn't really seem, it's kind of like, I don't know.
Well, it's kind of like the primary deal we had. That vote was 3-2. 3 people wanted the primary and 2 didn't. So we had a primary. Yeah, I don't.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. Huh. I didn't realize that it had to do with
It
leadership
could be
education.
state, but I think it's federal.
Yeah. Okay.
Because, well, hey, a lot of this money comes down through federal through state. We got a $70,000 from the federal government through the state. The state gave it to us to hold this election when Congressman Green resigned.
Right.
It cost us $70,000 to do that election.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, and you figure, I mean, and we've got another election. Epps will have to run again, I guess, in the fall.
Hey,
If I'm not mistaken, I think this will be
in May we have another primary starting.
Yeah. I mean,
No, I think you pick up petitions in March, and May we'll have a primary to go into the August elections.
mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And you figure John Rose is running for governor.
Yeah.
So I wonder who's going to run for his seat.
You wonder who?
If he's running for governor, and if his seat is up for re-election,
Well,
in the
I
House,
think Van Hillary and them's already said they're running for that seat. You know, Van Hillary and somebody, I think there's somebody from Nashville, they're getting lined up to run for that seat. Of course, Charlie Hatcher's getting ready to line up against Andy Ogles. Bill Haggerty, I think he's going to run for Marcia's seat, her old seat at Washington. So everybody's getting
senatorial.
Yeah, everybody's getting lined up.
Yep.
Yeah, there's going to be more signs on the roads, and I mean the deer's going to have to dodge them.
That's crazy.
I wished I could make everybody quit putting signs out before Christmas.
I know, for heaven's sake.
Let's put our Christmas decorations, get them down, then we'll put some signs up.
There you go.
But once one starts, everybody falls in line because they don't want somebody to have a head start. But folks, let me tell you, you can peak too early. You know, I think fresh news is better than old news sometimes. But anyway, this was a $145,000 one for $70,000 needed because of a special primary to pay for the special general election on Congressman Green when he resigned. It's what we're just talking about one county, $70,000. You know, elections aren't cheap, and now that there's a lot of people works them. The last election we had with the two candidates, I have to admit, seemed to be very well attended. Very well attended. There was a lot of interest in it. Our second resolution, but coming from Chairman Bobby Couch of the Budget Committee, was a grant to the Sheriff's Department. I congratulated the Sheriff's Office last night getting out and looking for these public safety grants. It's a $100,000 grant,
Oh, wow.
and it's a law enforcement grant at $15,000. And of course, we had to do some capital outlay on some licensed vehicle capital outlay on a couple of damaged patrol cars. It happens. You see that car turned over the other day with Santa Claus in it?
No.
Well, it was a patrol car.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, they was carrying him from somewhere to somewhere, and they had a wreck and turned over with Santa Claus in there.
Oh, wow.
Anyway, that's a $187,000 grant that will be used on public safety, especially the public safety grant that he'll use, and that's coming from the state of Tennessee. That this $15,000 grant comes from the federal government through the state to us. So, our insurance companies always stay busy, and they do us a great job. Y'all know Becky Brock? She lives in Cedar Hill.
I don't think so.
She helps us with our insurance with the company she's with, the county insurance company. And boy, she's always done us a great job. I want to give her a shout out. I don't know if she's listening, but I want to give her a shout out. I think she does listen. I think she does. Okay, our next resolution came from the trustee. How many people, when you go pay your taxes, you use the drive-through
I do a lot.
to pay your taxes?
Well, now to pay my taxes, no.
Yeah,
Just to get my tags.
yeah. Yeah, usually I like to walk in there and hand them my money.
Well, and I'll tell you, my taxes are in my escrow.
Okay.
Because I still have a
Yeah,
mortgage.
yeah, okay.
So,
But anyway, you know, I'm gonna tell you, we done that drive-through during COVID, and there's no telling how many people use it, and especially handicapped. And we saved no telling how many parking places by using that.
Oh, I'm sure.
I mean, it's just used all the time. And her fan blower and her tube that goes to her office, evidently something's happened to it because it's not that old. So we had to spend about $1,400 last night to upgrade the fan and the blower and everything. I mean, did somebody's check get stuck in it or something? I don't know, but
Maybe the motor just wore out too.
But I tell you what, folks. I tell last night, don't nothing go get by that budget committee. That $1,400 went from the budget committee and had to be voted on before we're going to get that thing fixed. So it says here, the tax collection tube needs to be blower motor replaced as soon as possible. So there's the money. The money's been appropriated. You can't see this stuff coming. All right. This is a very good resolution. We have put on a part-time ambulance at White House. We spent about, I think $600,000 just on employees. It's a 12-hour ambulance. Right now, White House is supposed to be fixing us a place to park that ambulance because they asked us to send another ambulance that way. And any time an ambulance leaves White House, chances are it's going to Skyline or Vanderbilt. And if he gets down Vanderbilt, sometimes it's there 4 hours. So
of course, yeah.
So we had to get another ambulance to park up there. And by doing this, we've cut the time that the people call 911 to that ambulance get to your house by 4 and 5 minutes. So, but he had to move $70,000 over for added salaries to keep this ambulance up there whenever we need it. Because once it's gone, you got to pay those people till they get back. It might have been in the 12th hour they got the call. So we're this is for salaries but Lord knows when you need an ambulance, what's $70,000? Yeah,
Exactly.
Time is your life.
Well, when I had the White House chamber and the city, it's the city administrator. That's what they call him. But we talked specifically about the emergency rooms that are being built up there to accommodate, the emergency situation. That's going to help too.
Oh, yeah.
Because they're going to be putting in, there's 2 that are coming in because you've got the HCA TriStar's doing one. And then I want to say, I can't remember the other name because it's another hospital group that's not HCA. HCA is doing one. And then the other ones that I can't remember.
The other one I think represents the Gallatin Hospital or something.
Maybe.
But can you
There's
believe?
2 that are going to be put in.
Hey, I'm going to tell you, that is a very, very competitive.
Yeah.
I mean, you got to go to state, have so many points or something. And I'm speaking way out of turn because it's not in my lane. But I remember them coming to the county commissioners, asking them for endorsements. But thank God both of them got one.
Mm-hmm.
And instead of going to the hospital, it's kind of like an emergency room on the side of the road.
Yeah. Well, it's going to be, you were talking about the time, if you have an emergency response and then they have to go to Nashville.
Yeah. Do you remember who the city manager was? Was it Jerry Herman?
Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah. He was in. Yeah.
Jerry Herman is one of the smartest guys I've met since I've been county mayor.
Well, and what was so interesting is that he was the police chief.
Used to be the police chief.
And what an interesting dude.
Yeah.
I mean, he really was. And
he knows his stuff.
We had several listeners request that we start having White House come in and talk to us.
Yeah.
And so we intentionally get in touch with their day is the first Tuesday of the month. So and that's like a good week and a half after their mayor and alderman meeting. But it gets them in here in a rather timely fashion to where we can find out what happened. Hey. And so we've been getting them in right after their meetings on the first Tuesday of the month.
I can't tell you how lucky White House is to have Jerry Herman.
Yeah, he's a good guy.
He is a good guy. He will help you, and he's quiet. He's a quiet guy. But when he says something, It's on spot.
Yeah.
On spot.
Yeah. But
Yeah,
I was
I
really
like
impressed
him.
with him. He was a lot of fun to talk to.
Yeah. It didn't take me long in his presence to know that he was pretty sharp.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, pretty sure. Yeah, I'm glad
There
you
you go,
brought.
Jerry.
Yeah, Jerry. Hey, put the check in the mail, buddy. Yeah. Here's a resolution that happens every year. It comes from the highway department. During the year, we'll be changing speed limits, maybe adding a few feet of road on or taking feet off, or maybe adding a road period. But every year we have to change the county road map. And then what it does, this here's the maintenance road list saying a road can be maintained by the county. I have a lot of people say, why can't the county go inside the city and fix spots? But it just don't work that way. It just don't. We got 11 cities, folks, and we cannot. If you go into one, hey, why don't you come over here and do this for me? So before you know it, we don't get that much money from the state anyway to work on the county roads. It's like we was talking earlier about Willie Peach. He had one of the smallest county road lists in the county, and maybe one road commissioner got like 200 tons of gravel. Well, Willie looked at me one day and said, I don't get but 45 because he didn't have as many roads on his list. But that passed, of course, because this is something we do every year. And then we had to adopt the maintenance road list because there is some new roads involved. And there's a list of them here. It shows the names, and every road in the county, if you can see this, is on this list right there.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, every road in the county. It tells you how long it is, how wide it is, what type of road it is, and is it in the city limits? Of course, no. But I'm looking at Glover's Hill, Orange Chapel, John Farmer's. They're all on here. So we had to go with that, and then of course we adopt the official road map for Robson County for 2026. These are 3 separate resolutions just on the county roads.
Oh, wow.
3 separate resolutions.
I'd tell you, people don't have any idea. All the stuff, the paperwork, the business, the details that go into this job.
Well, there's some people running this for mayor now. If they get elected, they darn sure fixing to learn.
Very quickly.
Yeah, I'm gonna give them all a question right now. You think you know county government? Tell me right now what it cost last month to haul the trash out of Robinson County.
Ooh, how much was it?
It was over $300,000.
Oh my goodness!
When I first got elected, we could do it for 2.
But now, are we still covering it with our fees out there?
We had to move some money over last month.
Okay.
So that tells me that as this county grows, I'm really worried. Not worried. I want to use the right word because we got some cities that's got a lot of housing permits right now. A lot of them that haven't been built. We will have to spend some serious money out there. Serious money to expand and meet the demand that's coming our way. Right now we're doing free trash, and I don't know how long we can keep doing it. It's a problem, but listen, this problem is all over Middle Tennessee. I do not go to a mayor's meeting yet that solid waste has not come up. Nashville tells me they're going to start moving all of their waste up into Kentucky to the strip mines. And the cost of that has got to be unreal. That's where we're going, and it's $300,000 a month right now.
And they got to go a lot further.
Yeah.
With a lot more.
You sit up there on 431 and watch people go by carrying that stuff down there, and some of that stuff's good stuff.
Oh, it blows my mind what people throw away.
You could be a millionaire if you sat there and went over overload and pulled off stuff that's valuable.
I think it'd be hard to work out there and see things that get tossed and be like, oh, my word. We're such a throwaway society. I mean, we really
sure are. We sure are.
We really are. I see when I was working in benevolence, the things that people, of course, some people would bring you just trash and you're like, you need to throw that away. But people would bring us stuff to give away that just blew my mind.
Hey, there's antiques and everything like that.
Oh, my gosh. It's incredible.
Yeah. Bicycles. People throw away a bicycle because the chain breaks.
Yeah.
Hey, I've never seen so many chainsaws and weed eaters in a pile in my life.
Oh my.
It may be because they don't know how to start it.
Right.
It's just the way we are. How did we get off on trash?
You brought it up. You started
How
it.
did, well, that was a, okay. All right. Here's an interesting, but we got to hurry up. Here's an interesting resolution we had, where the state is going to allow us to round off the penny.
What's that going to add up to, though?
Well, if your taxes is like 49.01, then they're going to round it off to 49.
Well, okay.
But if it's 49.50 to 49.99, they're going to round it off to $50.
Ooh.
You're rounding it off to the closest even money. I guess that's because the penny is. I mean, who would have thought it in America? We're going to round off
The penny is obsolete.
to. I'm all right. We're getting to Vesper Village. I can't do this in 5 minutes. Vesper Village. I applaud Springfield for trying to get a commercial piece of property / residential. If you've ever been toward Pleasant View and seen the condos and that new thing they got down there and how everybody loves it,
Oh, yeah.
I got a feeling this is in that neighborhood.
Yeah. I think so, too.
And to get the steakhouses and the high price, the upper end, well, I got to be careful. Commercial stuff, you got to be in an area. If I wanted to build me a steakhouse, I can't just go somewhere right in the middle of Springfield and put it up and expect to be successful.
Right.
Yeah, there's certain spots for certain things. If I want to put up a vape shop, I can't go to the middle of Brentwood and put one in. I'm being careful what I say. There's certain spots for certain things. If you're going to be successful. Well, Springfield is trying to build this Vesper Village, and it's not going. The county has to give them a TIF, and what it is, I'm going to explain this, and I'm not going to be 100% correct. But before a commercial building is started digging on, we're still just charging them ag taxes. We're not charging them commercial until the building's put up, and that gives them money to put on the infrastructure and the roads. We're not out a penny. This money will come back to us.
Right.
It's just going to be like it's laying there until, and one reason I'm for this, I started this morning out telling you about sales tax from the cities. We're looking at over $31 million coming to the county off this project. Now, we could vote against it, vote it down, but Springfield probably just going to put it all houses all over it, and all we're going to get out of that's rooftops that need trash and EMS.
Right.
But Vesper Village has promised to put us an ambulance pad for an ambulance, enough room to put a pad that we can put a building up. They're going to help out with Bransford, and maybe even they got 20-something acres or green space that could be used for a soccer field. There's going to be walkways and stuff. I can't tell you what the developer that's in charge right now, Barnes Wagner, that's the Cadillac out of Nashville. I think this thing's going to be done right, but if it falls flat on its face, it's Springfield's problem. It's not Robeson County's. Robeson County's got nothing to lose in this.
Right.
But we got a lot to gain if they're successful. And I mean, this was a tough sale. This was a brand new TIF that got started. Clyde has been working with it. This has been going on a long time, and I've never seen one where they're even willing to donate some of their money toward a school. I mean, it's a win-win for City of Springfield and City of White House. I mean, Robeson County. And I mean, there's days that when I was county commissioner, I said, I'm not giving the city money for putting in water lines. Well, we're not doing it right now. The developer's putting them in. And when these businesses open up, then we'll get our money back and fold. I'm talking, instead of $1 on a dollar, you're looking at probably $3 to a dollar.
Right.
So I think it's worth a try. A lot of people are worried about the traffic, but if they put houses on it, you're going to have traffic anyway. They've already got the red lights where they're going to be set up off 49 and Laurel Road in South Main. In fact, when they're going to build this road first, and when this road comes through there, this ought to lessen traffic in a lot of other areas because they'll be using that. Mm-hmm. So anyway, we've got almost 8 o'clock. I hope I did a good enough job. If not, call me, and I'll get Clyde. No, I won't do that to Clyde. But just call me. And
when will we start seeing, do you think?
It'll probably be
stuff coming.
All right, this is interesting fact.
Yeah, because I'm kind of curious when we're going to start seeing stuff.
They found some of those salamanders.
Uh-oh.
So
move salamanders?
Well, there's certain places they can't dig till June because of the salamanders. So the salamanders right now is in play. Folks, you can't make this stuff up in Robson County every day. You can't make it up. I want to wish everybody a Merry Christmas. I want to thank everybody for the prayers. It means a lot to me and my family. And do something nice for somebody this week, okay? Because this is Christmas, and we need to all get out there and pray for the ones that's having the violence and for it to stop, and just do what Jesus would do.
Amen.
All right.
God's got this, right?
He's got it, and I get to work for Robson County today.
Me too, and appreciate you. Mayor Billy Vogle, County Mayor Billy Vogle, and I like what he said. Merry Christmas. Now, I'm far from done. I'm going to be here tomorrow. Hopefully, my voice will keep coming back, but got City Manager Ryan Martin will be in here, and I'm not sure who else we've got coming in. I kind of tasked Lee Marie to bring me somebody in here at 7. We had an opening, but we'll see if she comes up. But we'll have somebody in here at 7, of course. Ryan Martin will be in here at 7:30, and we hope you'll join us right here on 1100 WSGI. God bless you. Have a wonderful day. Like Mayor said, do something nice for somebody today.
Hello, this is Grant Turner of the Grand Ole Opry. This is a very special collection of Christmas songs. I know you will enjoy it.
We wish you the merriest, the merriest, the merriest, yes, the merriest. We